Look at that, y'all. Got some free pallets. I'm going to take the pine pallets and attempt to make some furniture. Here is where I intend to use those scrap pallets, and I am going to attempt to build a sectional for the living room. I highly encourage you to spray your pallets down very, very good, or very, very well, whatever you want to use. Just spray the darn pallets down good, because spiders love to hide on the inside of pallets. Making furniture from free pallets. That boy going crazy. Okay, this is what I want right here. The U-shaped sectional. The question is, can I do it? The answer is, why not? All right, now what I'm getting ready to do is take this chainsaw and cut these 4x4s in 2 feet increments. You can say 2 foot, 2 feet, guess what? All right, I'm cutting it 24 inches, and that should give me the proper height for seating. If not, I'll take a little off. Let's go see how they fit. Took the pallets out of the house. I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to use this chainsaw or this circular saw, and I'm going to cut these pallets. When I get my OSB, I have them cut it in equal halves of around 2 feet, okay? Because OSB is 4x8, I have them cut it in half horizontally. So by cutting the pallet 2 feet, I should be able to lay a piece of plywood or OSB directly onto what I cut. Makes it easier in the long run. Well, I think I'm getting close. I'm just using one piece right now, and I put one pallet behind what this is supposed to be, or what's going to be, the headrest for the sofa. But what I think I need to do is cut away some of the pallet, so one of these pieces on the inside here actually rests right here. That's the intent. So one thing I realized when dealing with pallets, it's important to know what to cut away. Don't cut away what you want to use. So that's actually looking like a bed. Maybe I can make a bed frame also. Oh well, we'll see. One thing at a time. Before, coming together. Okay, I think it's coming together a whole lot better. But what I want is to make one more of these end pieces and put here, so it can complete the vision that I had for the U-shaped sectional. Okay, here's one sheet of OSB that I've already had cut. It's 2 feet wide, 8 feet long. Of course, it comes, 4x8, but I always have them cut it in half because, when you're physically challenged, you have to work smart. And so it's easier for me to handle a half sheet. While I'm working with the pallets, I'm telling you, one of the best things you can do when you're working with pallets, use a door hinge to help stabilize the pallets. That's what I did. It's DIY. I'm figuring it out as I go. But guess what? It's coming together. I got it on the side. I got this one side braced on the bottom. Now I need to do the same thing on that side. Okay, y'all, it's coming along. What I did here for the backrest, I cut a little piece from the bottom of the pallet. Now to make it fit flush onto the top here, I'm going to, I think, cut away this bottom piece so that the piece here can rest on the top, and the back piece I'm not going to cut, so I can attach it to the back for extra support. All right, that's the goal. I'm going to put a small 2x4 right here, and that lets me know how far down to bring my backrest. So if I want to come this way with an armrest, then I can do that, because this is a 2x4 right here. This is a 2x4. Even though it's has an indentation here, it's still a 2x4. And one thing to remember, if you have 2x3s laying around, which in 2x3s are actually less expensive than 2x4s, the 2x4 is wider than the 2x3. However, the width of the 2x3 and the 2x4, they're the same. Okay, I cut away the front part for the backrest. Now let's go see if that's gonna fit like I am hoping it will. So here, kind of hard to see now because I'm upside down. Sorry about that. This is what I envision. I cut away the front part. All right, trying to stay out of the shot here. I'll cut the front part away here, as you can see. And let's go see how it fits. Now let's see how this actually fits, or if it fits. La-da-dee, la-da-dee. All right, looking good. I'll be doggone. Snap diggity, baby. So I'm talking about. Put 2x4 back over here in the end, so I don't get a splinter. Y'all, I'll tell you what. That actually looks pretty dang good. It sits up real nicely. All right, so the vision in my head actually manifests. It hits right there, and I can nail the back part for extra support. There we go. One thing about DIY, you have to experiment. Now, the first backrest that I cut is shorter on the bottom than the second one I cut. What I'm hoping is the second one that I cut, since it's longer, it'll give me more leverage for backrest support, because it's still part of the pallet. Here, this is the first one I did, so I just cut it to attach to the top of the sofa. I think this is going to be a better option because it's going to give me more leverage and support for the backrest. We'll take it in the house and take a look at it. See, this is exactly why you experiment when doing DIY projects. Remember the first one I cut? See, I didn't leave it long, and so I would have to attach it to the top of the sofa frame. But on the second one I cut, I decided not to cut away the extra wood from the pallet. I left it long, and what that allowed me to do was attach it to the cross member, stabilizer bar or stabilizer, whatever you want to call it. But that is absolutely a great accidental thought. So now when I attach these, I can attach them at the top of the sofa and on the bottom. Whereas on the first one I cut, I can only attach it to the top of the sofa because I cut it short. Now I think I'm going to cut another one because I like the extra support I get from the long sticks and being able to attach them to the bottom. So when we sit in or sit on the furniture or lay on it, then guess what? You'll have more support from this one because it, you know, just about on the floor or it's attached to the bottom board. So don't mean for that to sound confusing. You understand what I'm saying? And let me show you here how it's looking now since I put both of them together. Look at that. Not bad. Now I have to cover it. And right here, you see the pallets. Well, you know, pallets aren't congruent, not all of them. Even if you get them all at the same time, the bars, they're not spaced properly, but that's not a problem there because I can put a piece of plywood or something else on the top there to make that congruent. Maybe even another 2x4 from the way that looks because that's a 2x4 and it's almost just above that. In fact, hang on one second. You're gonna get dizzy here, but I wanna see something since I have a small 2x4. See if I can answer my own question here. See, there's a space right there, almost the length of another 2x4. So booyah, look, that's all I have to do. Run another 2x4 all the way across the top, and that solves that. And I am not going to waste the pallet cutting another one of these. I'll just, I don't think so. I'll see. I like the way this one looks. I don't like this one that much. Not when I see them side by side. So if you're gonna do it right. Well, look at this. It's coming along. I'm getting ready to cover it now with OSB. I'm pretty excited. It's shaping up pretty good. Coming together pretty good. I was looking through my wood stash and I remember I had some miniature pallets. I think they'll work perfectly for the armrest. So you can see I cut one already. Let it fall, you can see. So I'm gonna put it on the end of the project and see how it looks. I had to pull it off and redo it because I didn't like that front part showing. This is the idea I had in my head for a U-shaped sectional. I call it a sectional. I haven't finished upholstering it yet, but I will. I have to get some cushion, but I wanted to go ahead and get the video uploaded. And one unique thing that I did that I have not seen, I'm coining this as my invention. And this video is time and date stamped. And these benches are actually attached to the sofa, and you can move them out of the way if you want to. Let's say you get tired of them being right in front of you, and you just want maybe just a little more leg room. Just go ahead and move them out of the way, and you can push them all the way around to serve as an end table if you like, or you can leave them in front of you. The choice is yours.